Thank you. Mr. President, ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy to be in Strasbourg today at the invitation of President of the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe to participate at the opening of the spring session of the PACE. President Daems, thank you for your warm welcome this morning. We had a productive meeting with President Daems where we discussed the political situation in the country, the challenges that COVID-19 is posing to our society, and how we could overcome this together. We exchanged views also on the state of democratic institutions in Moldova, justice sector reform, our European integration agenda, and the Transnistrian conflict settlement. Ahead is a full day of meetings, and I look forward to discussing current political developments in Moldova, our democratic track record, the human rights situation, our European integration agenda, rule of law reform, ways to improve local self-governance in Moldova, and our cooperation with the European Court of Human Rights, amongst other subjects important for my country. I'll meet Madam Maria Buric, the Secretary General of the Council of Europe. Then, together with Madam Secretary General, we will participate in the launching of the new Council of Europe Action Plan for Moldova, which will advance our relations in the next 4 years. I will also meet with Gianni Buchicchio, President of the Venice Commission, Mr. Roberto Spano, President of the European Court of Human Rights, and Ms. Dunia Mijatovic, Council of Europe Commissioner for Human Rights, to discuss the human rights situation in Moldova. I will convey our vision for a functional rule of law in my country. Another important meeting this afternoon will be with Mr. Carlo Monticelli, Vice Governor of the Council of Europe Development Bank. I will also meet Mr. Lindert Verbik, President of the Congress of Local and Regional Authorities, to discuss how we can further empower local democracy and support local authorities in Moldova. As you know, I will address the Assembly later today. President Daems, thank you very much once again for this opportunity. I hope to see you at the plenary session, and I hope to see you in Moldova very soon, when the pandemic allows. The Council of Europe has been instrumental in Moldova's democratic transformation and a dedicated partner to my country for the 26 years now. I want this partnership to grow, to expand in a way that is mutually beneficial to both our parties, and I will do everything in power to build that. Let's have a productive day. Thank you.
Excuse me, Madam Sandu.
No questions, thank you very much. No questions, Mr. President.
Sorry about that, you have to do it later. Thank you, Madam President, for being here. As I hear, your program is even more busy than mine. Wow. But of course it is needed in order to try to get your country out of the difficult situation where it is at this moment. I would like to address a few issues very briefly following our meeting, and knowing that you will address our assembly later in the afternoon, by which you will be under scrutiny of our parliament, as you say. They got always other questions, but that will allow you to basically explain more about where you stand in your country. One of the issues that we discussed is the sanitary situation. And as you know, at least from what I understood from the President, it's very difficult to get vaccines. So I would like to call on the international community right here, right now, to help Moldova, as they should help any other country who experiences these difficulties. And by the way, vaccines should not be a political issue. Vaccines is about the health of the people. And so, if you allow me, Madam President, I would like to call on the international community to help Moldova and any other country who has difficulties of acquiring vaccines in order to get at least their population healthy, or keep them healthy. And stay away from politics in this issue. The meeting you will have with the Council of Europe Development Bank, as you explained already, helps a little bit. So if in my powers, between brackets, it is possible to push a little bit for them to even help you more, I will be very glad to do so. That's one issue that I would like to share with all of you. Second one, obviously, is the situation of democracy in your country. Obviously, I cannot intervene as such but you did explain to me that it is, let's call it, complicated. So I express my, let's say, my desire, my wish that this difficult political democratic situation might resolve itself in the near future. This is obviously something you need to do within your country, but I do think that it would be interesting to have a stable situation in any country. This goes for Moldova, for any country also. As you know, I come from a country where we got some experience in governments not being in power. Of course, there's a slight difference because in my country we kind of like that, you know. I mean, but I understand that this is a bit different in Moldova. Anyway, as far as I'm concerned, it would be good for any countries, not only Moldova, but any country to have a stable political situation, because that would allow you at least to make progress in terms of not only protecting your population, but also have the economic growth that you need in order to have the country develop, because your country, sadly enough, at this stage is not doing so well. So if we, to a certain extent, have any possibility of helping you on that account, we will certainly do so. I also understand that you will have a number of meetings, one of them with our Secretary General. We discussed very briefly the action plan, which is going to be set up. We are the political voice. The Parliamentary Assembly is the political voice of the institution, so as far as we are concerned, obviously any action plan that will make improvement or that will give improvements, make progress, is something that we will fully support. And so I do hope that you will have a good meeting with our Secretary General, that once this action plan is put in place, that's the paper, let's hope that all political forces in your country will allow you and anyone else to put it into practice. Having said this, I've been to Moldova a long time ago. I would hope to come back, I don't know when, but I can assure you that if there's any opportunity, any occasion for me to do so, I will be very willingly to come down to Chisinau, and who knows, maybe we can see each other there under different conditions. Having said this, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, I was very glad to meet you. If we can do anything from Parliamentary Assembly side to assist your country to get better, your population to get better, we will certainly do so. So thank you for the visit, and lots of success with all these meetings you will have. But you know, at the end of the day, is the result that counts. So let's hope that you really can have some results on the table which make your population be better than they are, sadly enough, today. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, thank you very much for the press statements.
Madam President.